DenverSportsAuctions.com.
Still babysitting your cleaning crew? Missed trash, dusty desks, complaints from staff? Pike Janitorial has served Denver businesses since 1994 with professionally supervised commercial cleaning that gets done right the first time. Offices, warehouses, medical facilities, they show up, handle it, and you don't have to think about it. No excuses, no callbacks. And they'll beat your current cleaner's price by 10%. Guaranteed. Call 303-306-0290. Pike Janitorial. Clean you can count on.
Jacob's Law, 303 Law 4040. Really proud of this case that we just settled. There was a young man very seriously injured. In fact, I had to go to the hospital and meet with him and his family. And we checked with the insurance companies while I was at the hospital, and they claimed no insurance coverage on either side. And on top of that, he had no medical insurance. So he was going to be facing about $400,000 in medical bills. And I said to the family, I said, I cannot make you any promises, but I know no other lawyer is going to touch this case because the insurance companies say they won't pay. But I want to try. Let me at least try. And I put my team at 303 Law 4040 on it, and they found $75,000 in insurance coverage that the insurance companies did not want to pay. So not only did we get them $75,000, but we also found a way to get them on Medicaid. So the $400,000 in bills was covered by medical insurance as well. We were proud. We fought for them. We'll fight just as hard for you if you ever need us. The number is 303 Law 4040. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need us. It's 303 Law 4040.
Have you lost your energy, not feeling it in the bedroom anymore? It could be your testosterone. Yes, even if you're a woman, testosterone controls energy, confidence, and sex drive too for both men and women. Want to find out if your testosterone is unbalanced? Find out for free. Starting April 1st, Synergenics and Low T Center are offering free testosterone testing for both men and women. Stop by or book an appointment at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com.
I remember brushing my hair and looking down and thinking, oh my gosh, do I have any hair left?
I used to look at women with thick, beautiful hair and think, why doesn't my hair look like that?
My thinning hair is making me feel so old.
If you want thick, healthy, gorgeous hair, then you need hair volume from New Nordic. With clinically proven ingredients like apple extract, biotin, and millet, hair volume nourishes your hair follicles to promote thicker, healthier-looking hair. Say goodbye to shedding, thin, and dull hair, and hello to thick, healthy hair with hair volume.
Since taking hair volume, the shedding has all but stopped.
Now, instead of being jealous of other women's hair, I have friends who are jealous of mine.
My hairdresser couldn't believe the difference in my hair. Now she's using hair volume too.
Available as a tablet or delicious gummy, Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com, or find Hair Volume in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Listen up, Denver. This hour's keyword is coach. COACH. Text coach to 303-713-1043 right now, and you could win a $50 Dick's Sporting Goods gift card and qualify for the $1,000 grand prize. That's coach to 303-713-1043.
By texting, you agree to receive an automated marketing message from Denver Sports 1043 The Fan. Message and data rates may apply. For complete rules or to enter the keyword online, visit www.denversports.com/keyword.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 1043 The Fan.
Are we starting to have a renewed level of appreciation for someone within the Denver Nuggets?
I appreciate everybody, Z. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate you. Warm my heart.
Too kind, Phil. Too kind.
What can I say?
So, couple different things here, because there, a couple shout outs need to be given here, but one guy impacted the game on Saturday afternoon at Ball Arena in a meaningful way, a non-starter who came off the bench and was an absolute injection of life and lifted a really poor start, almost worst case scenario start, where you're down double figures after the first quarter and turnovers are left and right and they're live ball turnovers going for layups, and Aaron Gordon picked up 3 fouls. I mean, it was
he was already out by 4 minutes into the game. It was bad for AG.
It was not a good start. Has to get better this evening. But this dude, Bruce Brown,
Brucey B,
in his 21 minutes to come off the bench and go for an extremely loud 8 points, but the 7 rebounds to go with not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 steals in 21 minutes is the most insane stat ever. Just the 10th time in the history of the Nuggets where someone has had 5 steals in a playoff game.
Best on-ball defender we have.
Allegedly. But that was the first and only time in the history of this franchise where someone has had 5 steals in a playoff game and played less than half of the available minutes. It's hard to cram more production into 21 minutes than Bruce Brown's 8 points, 7 rebounds, 5 steals.
Well, it's a man on a mission. It's a man that understands his role. Everybody has a role on the team. No matter what you do, hockey, football, basketball, it does not matter. And when you star in it and you focus on doing the best thing you can do, usually you shine in your role, and that's exactly what Brucey B did. He went out there, and he was this high-effort guy, intense, finding ways to play really good defense, something that the Denver Nuggets have lacked throughout the regular season is playing good defense. All right, Brucey Brown brought that. He brought the intensity in the sense of when it's time for him to score and make these baskets, he's finishing at the rim, letting the ref know he got fouled, letting the player know he can't guard him. All right, when it comes to making the three-point shot, he knocks one down. All right, just finding ways to ignite the team, to get the fan base going, to get the crowd involved. Z, were you involved when Brucey B got on the court? Were you doing the wave?
I was not doing the wave.
I thought I saw you with your shirt off.
So because
nipple rings and everything.
No, you did not see nipple rings for sure not.
Okay.
For
Wrong person.
Sure not. I would say no. So when I'm there as a media member, I'm not openly cheering.
Okay.
You know, there's a very old school phrase, very old school, no cheering in the press box. So you can't be there and be there on a media credential and be openly rooting for. It's just not something that you do.
Unprofessional, huh?
It is viewed as unprofessional. Now the next day, when I go to Ball Arena as a paying customer with a beer in my hand and for the Avs game, like I'm going crazy. But yeah, I just gotta, I'm obviously pulling for the Nuggets every single possession, but not outwardly cheering. Maybe kind of like fist pumping underneath the table sometimes. But here was David Adelman after the game talking about Bruce Brown and his impact.
Defensively, just got into people. We needed buckets. He really was the reason why we pushed that lead out. That's why I went back to him in the fourth quarter. Sometimes you can get away with that when you have, AG spacing the floor in the dunker and you have Jamal Nicola working. You can put defensive guys out there, help your defense. And Bruce was great. His activity was great. Towed the line that you need to toe in the playoffs, bottom line. So it was good to see him. Plus the 3 assists. He had a really solid floor game.
And I didn't even mention the 3 assists. So you had the 8 points, 7 rebounds, 5 steals, but also 3 helpers. Again, it's really hard to cram that level of production inside of 21 minutes. And he is. And
paint your back porch, walk your dog, do the dishes. Oh, and he can give you assists. He can have 5 steals. 7 rebounds. What can't Brucey B not do?
Well, honestly, and then you take a look at how he impacted the game offensively. Did he hit a 3? Yes, he did. Did he have an offensive rebound and a putback and 1? Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Did he have an emphatic slam dunk that had all of Ball Arena on their feet? Yes, he did.
Except for you, because you didn't want to show that emotion. I got you.
And so, how can you not be and what I'm hoping for Brucey B here is that he can rediscover, and I think I said this Friday, about 85% of what he was in 2023. And he's at a different stage of his career. He's been banged up these last handful of years.
Well, explain to people that are like, what was he in 2023 for the Denver Nuggets? I know people, they saw him, but what was he for that team?
He was not just a firecracker. He was a quarter stick of dynamite. Quarter stick. And he was someone that could come off the bench and completely change a game. I remember Game 4, NBA Finals. Bruce Brown comes off the bench and scores 21 points. Off the bench and got rewarded with more minutes. He ended up playing 30 minutes in Game 4, a 108-95 victory over Miami. He was in double figures in 4 of the 5 games in the NBA Finals. This is someone who in the Western Conference Finals, in game number 1 against the Lakers, came out and scored 16 points, had 15 points in game 3. This is someone who in the semifinals against Phoenix on their way to a championship had 25 points off the bench.
Damn.
Off the bench. And so, like, you know,
capture a little bit of that.
I made the analogy, and some people didn't like it. Dan Jacobs hated it.
He's a grumpy man.
He can be grumpy. But like what, not to the same quite degree what Nazem Kadri represented for the Avs in 22, Brucey B represented for the Nuggets in 23. There was a fire, a determination, an absolute dog in him, a level of sandpaper that is required in postseason play. And I mean, dude, like, you know, the guy was double figures, and this is a long-winded way of answering your question. What was he in the 23?
Put Brucey B in, give him 25 minutes.
I mean, to come off the bench and average double figures in every single round on the way to a championship. I don't know if he is still that player.
But he doesn't need to be, because the Denver Nuggets are a lot more deeper this year. You do have Tim Hardaway Jr., who's a finalist for the Sixth Man of the Year. So you still have that, right? At some point, you're putting in Mr. Jones, Spencer Jones as well. Yep. That's going to give you 8 to maybe 10 minutes. So all Brucey B has to do is his part. High effort, make the baskets when they're there, finish at the rim, maybe give you a 3, great defense. All right, I know it's hard to get five steals, so maybe let's try to get 3 tonight if that's possible. Get 5 if you can, and you go from there. Be that guy, that energy guy that gets everybody going.
Here is Jamal Murray talking about his teammate, Bruce Brown.
Some guys might get mad at me, but I think he's our most effective on-ball defender. When he comes in, he's up underneath guys. He's not even fouling. And if he does foul, it's stopping him from getting 2 points, you know. And he has really good hands, plays with a lot of energy. So, you know, I think he was huge tonight, even if, you know, he doesn't show up in a stat. Just a deflection that leads to a run out to a layup for somebody else. Like, those plays change the game. So I just felt like he was just super effective every time he was in the game. You know, whether he made shots or missed, whatever, nobody was worried about that part. It was how he was creating extra possession for us and just playing positional basketball against their really good players.
Man, I love that guy. He's got a place in Denver's history forevermore, and that footprint will triple if they can go win a championship, and he's a big part of it. Cowboy Bruce, man, and you get to the games early enough. I know some people know this, but you get to the games early enough, and he's on the court doing his warm-up.
Yeah.
It's country music playing in Ball Arena. Like, it's so unique. It's for the NBA, dude. There's nothing more unique than country music being played in the pregame for 10 straight minutes while Bruce Brown is on the court warming up. So, all right, the Avs and Nuggets each won playoff games, but somehow that wasn't the most impressive thing that happened in Denver sports this weekend. We'll get to it next.
Start the clock. The Denver Broncos traded their first-round pick, but they could surprise us all and trade their way back into day one action. Join us at the Sportsbook Bar and Grill in Parker Thursday, April 23rd for the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan Draft Party, presented by Carrier Colorado. Zach By and Phillip Lindsay will broadcast live starting at 2 p.m. Brandon Stokely and Mark Schlereth join the action at 4. Then John Davis, Cecil Lammey, and NFL insider James Palmer take you through every first-round pick. We'll see you there. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
What's going on, gentlemen? Phillip Lindsay here. If you recently became the kind of man who falls asleep on the couch at 7 p.m., wakes up confused, asking yourself, is it Tuesday? You might be dealing with low T. Low testosterone causes low energy, bad sleep, weight gain, brain fog, and a bad sex drive. And you know what? That's not good, man. And a lot of guys just chalk it up as they're getting older. But I'm here to tell you that my friends at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, even if you're getting older, can help you out with that. They use advanced medical strategies such as TRT, peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, and even more to help you get your energy back, improve sleep, boost your workouts, sharpen your focus, bring back your confidence in the bedroom as well. And your first visit is only $99. And this will include a medical consult with a Colorado licensed medical provider, a TMPSA test, and if you start treatments on the day of your appointment, the visit is free. They've treated tens of thousands of men across Colorado, and they can treat you as well. And most guys feel better within just a few weeks. Take the low T quiz at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com and stop competing in the afternoon nap Olympics. You can give them a call at 720-440-7900 or visit them online at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
When a semi-truck hits you, it's not always just a fender bender. First, it's the missed work. Then the medical bills pile up, and these big rig companies can move fast with teams of lawyers, investigators, and denials. If you're not ready, you're already behind. At the Berg Simpson Law Firm, we've handled these cases for decades. So if you've been struck by an 18-wheeler, call us at Berg Simpson today.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives.
Everything is getting more expensive. Gas, groceries, and especially rent, which can go up every single year. But as a homeowner, you have a secret weapon. While the world gets pricier, a fixed-rate mortgage stays exactly the same. That stability isn't just peace of mind, it's your family's financial foundation. American Financing understands home ownership creates wealth. Every monthly payment builds equity and stacks your net worth on autopilot. It's how the middle class actually wins the long game. Your home is a flexible asset. You can live in it, rent it out for passive income, or pass it down to your children. Renting gives you none of that. American Financing salary-based mortgage consultants can help you get pre-qualified with no upfront fees. Call American Financing today and get a pre-qualification letter in 24 hours or less. Call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net. Secure your rate, build your wealth, and get the cash you need. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Keep cool this summer and save on your energy bill with a high-efficiency Carrier system. With a range of innovative cooling solutions like the Carrier Infinity Heat Pump that delivers premium home heating and cooling performance. You make it a home. Let Carrier make it more comfortable year-round. For a limited time, take advantage of 0% financing for 60 months on select Carrier systems. Don't sweat out the summer. Find your ultimate home comfort solution today. Learn more and find a Carrier home comfort expert at CarrierColorado.com. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Your home should be comfortable year-round, but old windows let the cold seep in during winter and the heat creep in during summer. That's money walking out the door. When you need new windows, call Gravina's Window Center of Littleton. They're Colorado's oldest Infinity by Marvin dealer. Family-owned with decades of experience guiding homeowners just like you. Stop losing money. Start adding value. Gravina's Window Center of Littleton. Online at windowsforyourhome.com.
Ent is becoming Wings. It's a big change. But we're not changing the way we show up for our communities, or our personal service, or the people who provide it. We're not changing locations. We're not even replacing the coffee machine. But we are changing our name. We'll probably even get some new pens. It'll be a big day for pen people. Ent Credit Union, insured by NCUA.
There's nothing more meaningful you could do for yourself, your family, and friends than finally getting rid of that pain so they can enjoy time with you again, especially heading into vacation season. If you say yes to any of these questions, you are the kind of patient QC Kinetics regenerative treatments help every single day. Do you have consistent joint pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, or back? The pain keeps you from getting a good night's sleep. I'm missing work or saying no to activities that I enjoy. I don't want surgery and a long recovery. I'm at the end of my rope, taking medications every day to just get through. Moment of truth. Did you answer yes to more than one of those questions? Well, today could be your day to turn that corner and finally get relief. QC Kinetics treatments are easy. They're done right there in the office so you can go about your day. The consultation's free, so don't wait. Call today. 303-900-8986. That's 303-900-8986. With locations in Aurora, Superior, Highlands Ranch, and the Springs, it's QC Kinetics.
Your roof's the single most important part of your house. Snow and high winds can damage your roof. Don't trust your roof to any fly-by-night roofing companies. Call the professionals at Golden Spike for a free roof inspection and tell them you heard about it on The Fan. They're a locally owned company and a Team Dave Logan member.
Call Golden Spike Roofing when your roof needs a fix. 303-942-1386. Golden Spike Roofing.
Brandon Stokely here from my friends at Roller Auction. Do you have items you're looking to sell? Since 1976, Roller Auction has been conducting commercial and industrial auctions for Colorado government agencies, Fortune 500 companies, small business owners, secured creditors, individuals, and more. They have a large marketplace to showcase your assets, so don't wait. Visit rollerauction.com for a free consultation and turn those items into some cold, hard cash. Again, go visit them at rollerauction.com. That's rollerauction.com.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Step Denver, a nonprofit solution to addiction and homelessness.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN Denver 1600, playoff basketball action continues as Atlanta faces New York.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
So the Avs and Nuggets each won playoff games over the weekend.
Mission complete. Well, not yet. First round, first series, first game complete.
First step.
First step. There we go.
First step towards a championship. We hope. We hope. But really, at the end of the day, the Nuggets were supposed to win. The Avs were supposed to win. And not that you can't be impressed by it. And we'll talk about the Avs here in just a second, maybe the lack of impressive nature of their Game 1 win. We'll get to that here shortly. But them winning a playoff game, I don't know if that was as impressive as the Colorado Rockies.
The Rockies.
An assumed doormat in 2026. Beating the Los Angeles Dodgers, not just on Saturday, but also turning around and doing it on Sunday to hand the big bad wolf of Major League Baseball their first back-to-back losses of the season and their first loss to a National League team this season. Before Saturday, the Dodgers were 10-0 against teams from the NL. I did not have that on my bingo card.
Zach, I didn't either. But you know what, Z? I was having the time of my life. Why? Because my father-in-law, who's a diehard Dodgers fan. I mean, he names all his animals players by his Mookie Betts. I think he has Shohei in there.
And he's got tattoos on his body of Dodgers.
All kind of tattoos. My man's just tatted out, tat him up. And we went back and forth. We were going back and forth. And it's always fun when the Rockies are able to at least beat the Dodgers once. But in this time, they didn't just beat them once. They beat them twice. And we're sitting there right after the Avs game. And I know we're getting ready to talk about the Avs and how they won. But the Avs win. We turn the channel to the Rockies game right there at the top of, I want to say it was the top of the ninth maybe. And you know what? It was fun just teasing my man about the Rockies. And the Rockies end up winning the game and having Johnston dive and get the diving catch.
That was so
fun.
cool.
It was fun to just interact like that and be a Rockies fan and finally beat the Dodgers back-to-back games.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. It was awesome. So they beat them back-to-back. They beat them 2-3. Now, full disclosure, the series is not over. Every once in a while, a series goes into a Monday, and that's the case here. So the two teams play tonight at 6:40.
They do have the pitch now.
They both will have pitchers pitching. That game is tonight at Coors. Dude, this is the first time the Rockies have beat the Dodgers in back-to-back games in a presidential term. 2022
Damn.
was the last time that this happened. It's 26. And I mean, how crazy is this sentence? We're closer to 2030 than we are 2020.
Yeah, man.
Isn't that kind of nuts?
No, it's scary. It's scary because, 2030, what's going to be happening? Are we going to be driving in cars that can truly fly? Are they floating around? What are we doing in 2030?
Dude, it feels like a long way off. It's just not, because 2020 feels like yesterday. Feels like yesterday. Anyway, that's not the point of the segment.
The point is the Rockies won back-to-back games, beating the Dodgers. They got one more game today or tonight. What do they do with it? They're looking better. All right, they're finding ways to stay in these games, not just with mediocre teams, but teams that are worth a damn. Teams that are going to go in, have a chance to win the World Series like the Dodgers. And they're competing, the Rockies that is. They're competing. They're finding ways to be in the 8th and 9th innings like we've talked about and having a chance to win, closing out some of these games. That's what this is about this year is finding some guys, that young guys that in a couple years are going to help you win a lot of games to add whoever else you bring in next year and the years after that.
Well, the Rockies are 9-13. I don't think anyone thought this group was going to be 9-13 after however many games that is. I'm bad at math. They didn't win their 9th game last year until May 11th. Think about that. May 11th.
different Rockies team here.
It is a different Rockies team here. It's April 20th. And so I love to see it. There's no declarative statements here. It almost feels like these conversations should come with a disclaimer. No one's saying Rockies are going to the postseason. No one's saying that the Rockies will have a winning record. No one's saying that the Rockies won't even lose 100 games. Although at this rate, they're not going to lose 100. But what I am saying is they've taken 2 of 3 from each of the teams that were playing in the World Series last year.
Yep.
That's not nothing.
You got to start somewhere.
To the point where, dude, the Dodgers are so caught off guard that Dalton Rushing from the Dodgers was like accusing the Rockies of cheating over the weekend. Listen to this.
I think it could have been a little bit of both sides. I think they had a good game plan as an opposing team, and maybe I pitched into their game plan as far as calling pitches. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's odd some of those hitters that do what they do. They go up there and they were on the first pitch that was thrown. So it's fishy.
It's fishy. It's fishy. And then that prompted the Rockies players to do like a reel 'em in fishing celebration the next day as they beat him again. I mean, come on, guys. If this isn't fun,
My man said the Rockies are cheating.
That's hilarious.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
I swear. They've played 9 games at Coors Field, and they're 6-3. And that's where it starts, like protecting your home field. And so will this keep up? I don't know. I'm not telling you that it will be. But it's worth your actual attention. The guys are having fun. They're winning some games that they're not supposed to win.
They have a chance to win the series tonight.
They do.
They could beat the Dodgers. All right, beat them. Now, will they? I don't think so. I think the Dodgers are going to have one of their better pitchers up there on the mound, and they're going to find a way to win this game. But it's going to be fun. I think it's going to go to the end, 8th or 9th inning again, and we'll see from there. Can they close it out? Can the Rockies close it out?
All right, we'll see how it all shakes out. The Dodgers are minus 226 favorite, so we'll see. In the meantime, though, the Avs took care of business in their first round, game 1, round 1, but it may not have looked or even felt the way that we thought. Also, the Nuggets took game 1 against Minnesota, game 2 just hours away. What positives do we want to see continue, and what early trends need to get shut down? We'll get to all of that as we're on the doorstep of 40 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk coming up next.
Game 1 belongs to the Denver Nuggets, 116-105. Powered by a second-half defensive masterclass. Denver locked in and held Minnesota to just 43 points after halftime. Jamal Murray poured in 30, perfect at the line, willing this team through contact. Nikola Jokic, a 25-point triple-double, taking over when it mattered most. And Aaron Gordon's second-half minutes changed the game. Defense, toughness, execution. Nuggets strike first and set the tone. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver's playoff headquarters.
This week's Recovery of the Week is brought to you by Step Denver, the men's residential addiction recovery program in Lower Downtown. Our Recovery of the Week this week belongs to the Colorado Avalanche, who, after suffering one of the worst losses in the history of the team a year ago against the Dallas Stars, have recovered through the regular season, were the best team in the NHL, won the President's Trophy, and they're all healthy seemingly for the first time all year and are ready to continue this first round of the postseason. And that was our Recovery of the Week presented by Step Denver. And I'm sitting down with Derek again. It takes work to have any kind of success, but especially to have a comeback. Derek's here from Step Denver, as I said. Derek, work is one of the core principles of your program. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. You're right, Zach. Work is a huge part of our program. We require our residents to have a full-time tax-paying job so that they can become self-sufficient members of the community and in the end restore their dignity. This is the first real job they've ever had in years, and I know it was mine when I first got there. 79% of our men are employed within their first 45 days of the program, and many go on to get a higher-paying next-level career job. Work isn't just about a paycheck. It's about rebuilding responsibility and pride, and that's done by getting into a career path that gives you a purpose. I was working in restaurants my whole life, and thought I was doomed to be a chef. But eventually, thanks to the Career Center at Step Denver and working with the career counselor, I was able to find a career that I love. Our residents are committed to making the personal efforts required to change and rebuild their lives.
It's incredible stuff, Derek. If you are someone who needs help or you want to support men who are calling Step Denver for help today, please visit stepdenver.org. That's stepdenver.org.
You can't always predict what's next, but you can be ready for it in a BMW SUV. The performance-driven X1 comes built for every journey, while the X3's sporty design and innovative technology keep your drive connected. The X5 blends performance with a commanding presence, or make it even bigger with 3 rows of luxurious seating in the X7. For every road, there's an X built to drive it. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here, and there's no better time to get your yard looking good, and there's no better way to do it than with Rich Lawn. With the organic-based fertilizer, Rich Lawn Turf Food, you'll get greener grass and build your soil for a beautiful yard. And while you're at it, don't forget to check out Revive to revitalize your lawn for deeper roots and deeper watering. Get Rich Lawn and Revive products at your Home Depot or your local gardening center. With Rich Lawn and Revive products, you'll have your yard ready in no time.
To 15-year-old Harper, buying an $80 vintage rock t-shirt is a great investment. To Harper's mom, this logic has a few holes in it. So she helped Harper open a Wells Fargo Clear Access banking account. With no overdraft fees and tools to track spending, Harper's learning, one heavy metal tee at a time. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/deposit disclosures for fees and details.
Hey, Broncos country, I'm Terrell Davis, and I'm here with Donnie, owner of the Fitness Gallery. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. Work out on your schedule from the privacy of your own home. I have a true treadmill at home. It's the smoothest and quietest I've ever been on.
You're ready to make fitness fit your schedule. Don't wait. Secure pre-tariff pricing today.
You never regret buying quality. Visit Colorado's largest fitness store, Fitness Gallery, and get started on your goals today.
Hey guys, it's Mark Schlereth. I just made one of the best decisions of my life. I got rid of my glasses. I went to Cutarelli Vision and had refractive lens exchange, RLE. I wore glasses for distance vision, but I got to that inevitable point in life where I was always needing those reading glasses just to do about anything, and half the time I couldn't find them. Seeing menus, texting, reading my computer, or studying film, it was a struggle. But now I see the world perfectly, near and far, without any glasses, thanks to Cutarelli Vision RLE, the perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You'll never develop a cataract. Dr. Cutarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. You can trust him to know if it's the right time for you and RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consultation at coloradorle.com. Cutarelli Vision, RLE, no readers, glasses, or contacts, or cataracts. coloradorle.com.
True Green, the easiest way to get a golf course quality lawn. Don't wait. Sign up at truegreen.com and get your first application for $9.95. Let the pros do the work so you can enjoy your weekend. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Want real Broncos talk? Cecil Lammy and Andrew Mason bring the heat on Orange and Blue Today. The most passionate intelligence and in-depth Broncos coverage in the game. Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Hit subscribe at Denver Sports 104.3 and never miss another take. Orange and Blue Today, powered by Ramos Law, official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach Bai and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, rolling downhill here on a Monday. Appreciate you guys rocking with us. We're just a couple hours ahead of Game 2, Denver Nuggets, Minnesota Timberwolves.
So they had the towels out there on everybody's seat. I wonder if they're going to go with the shirts tonight. Wonder if it's a shirt night.
That's a good question. It definitely could be. You know where it's not going to be a shirt night? Portland. You see that story?
No.
And all the ways, did you guys see this story? All the ways the Portland Trailblazers are trying to save money. No T-shirts for the fans in the postseason.
Oh, damn.
Literally. They are like that. They had their coaching staff and players sitting in the hotel lobby an afternoon before a game because they had them check out because instead of paying extended time. I swear. I swear. Allegedly, the next coach, it's capped at $1.5 million. And it's like, dude, you're at the NBA level. It's a new ownership group. It's like you're at the NBA level. College coaches make more money than that.
Yeah.
Like, so, and at the highest level, like the Power 5 levels of college basketball, they make, more than 1.5.
So they're making these guys get out of the room before they need to. All right, what's next? They're going to be traveling on bus?
Dude, I'm telling you, it's not a good situation over there. It's not. Dante, you got something on this? Looked like you wanted to.
Yeah, did you see that they didn't bring any of their two-way guys?
Yes. Yep.
Is that what started the conversation? I kind of jumped in late.
No. It started because he goes, do you think there'll be T-shirts on the seat backs? Because there was towels on the seat backs in game number 1. I said, where there's not going to be T-shirts is Portland. But yes, that's another detail to that story. The two-way players, it is beyond customary. If you are a two-way player, you travel with the team for the postseason.
Makes sense.
Every single NBA team does this. Not if you're the Portland Trailblazers. So, dude, they are, and this is the things that we know about. What about the employees that aren't this is the forward-facing NBA players.
Yeah. Oh, it's bad over there.
What if you're an employee of the actual organization that no one's going to hear your story?
They skip the paychecks.
Telling you what, man.
They skip those paychecks.
It is not a good situation out there. And they got a nice little team. They're not going to win the series against San Antonio, but they have a nice little team. Definitely overachieved. Okay, so the Avs took care of business in game number 1 of their first round series. Weird game though, man. Weird game. And so I was there, Phil. I ended up pulling the trigger on a ticket literally 90 minutes before tip-off before the puck drops.
Yeah, puck drops.
And
1 o'clock. It dropped a little bit. But after 1.
Yes, and I bought a ticket at 11:30 and drove my butt down there and sat in the fans, and just weird. It's there was energy there, but it wasn't the most exciting game, and it was an early matinee game, so people aren't necessarily pre-gaming the way that they normally would for a game like tomorrow night. And it was just kind of like a
dead in a way?
Not dead, but I wouldn't say it was electric. It felt like it was trending that way before the puck dropped, and then the game started, and it was just kind of a slog of a game.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. If let's just say the Avs score right off the bat, right? Then is it a different way of feeling, right? Is everybody really into the game? Because it took a while for the Colorado Avalanche to get on the score sheet. And we knew it was going to be like that. We sat here, you and I both, talking about the LA Kings and what they're going to do, and they're going to muck it up, and they're going to clog up the neutral zone, and they're going to force the Avs to get these dirty, mucky goals. And so it's not going to be sexy. You're not going to have these 5-1 games. It's going to be 2-1, 3-0 maybe.
But I got to keep it real, man. I'm here on Friday talking about how they're going to curb stomp them, and I think I had it 5-1.
You did.
And it didn't even resemble that, at all.
I had them 3-0, man. So I was hoping Wedgie was going to shut them out.
Yeah. Well, they coulda, woulda, shoulda had 3, but the initial goal from Logan O'Connor got wiped off the board because of a goalie interference call.
What was it? Jury? Jack
yeah,
Jury?
It was Jack Jury.
That was involved in that.
And honestly, what goaltender interference is in 2026, it's like a strike zone night to night. And then obviously now you got the ABS. So it's, but traditionally baseball, this guy could have this strike zone. That guy could have that strike zone.
How you feeling at the time?
And so that's how it feels like goaltender interference is being called. Whatever. They took the goal off the board. The place popped for a second. So even when they had a chance to let out that pent-up energy, the goal came right off the board. Bednar challenges it. It's unsuccessful. Going to the penalty, but it was kind of a disjointed game, but it was the game that the Kings wanted to play. And I'm not going to lie, I was sitting there at one point in the second period, zip, and I'm going, is this thing ripe for the taking? Can Los Angeles come in here and steal a game? And it lived within the realm of possibility. It really did.
The Kings played a game where they honestly could have won the game if they had more talent. Let's just be real. You know what it reminded me of? It reminds me of the Colorado Rockies, where Rockies stay in it in the 8th and 9th inning, and they have a chance, but they don't have enough talent to finish off some of these games. All right, that's the Kings for you. We know that the Avs are a way better team than LA Kings, but they played a great game. They went in there with a physical mindset. All right, they mucked it up and made it hard to get in close to the goal. And that's how the Kings want to play. Now for the Avs, what do? You have to adjust. You know somebody like Gabe is going to come up big, right? A bigger body, that has a net presence. You need people like that to step up. You need your fourth line like it did to step up. And so over time, if you continue to wear out the Kings, who they're not better than the Avs, you will start to get some of these goals to go in, and you may get a soft goal because of it. And then, let's be real, Forsberg did a great job of playing in between the pipes and seeing the puck well for the Kings.
He did a really good job. Both goaltenders, I thought, were playing at a really high level. Lecky. I mean, this dude, his goal, which, by the way, was his 27th career playoff goal.
Shines in the playoffs.
That gave the Avs that 1-0 lead. The puck gets fired on the net from Nathan MacKinnon, and which really isn't the style of play that MacKinnon wants to play. But it was a good choice, and it creates a rebound, and this is what playoff goals are about. And for Artturi Lehkonen to have the presence of mind within a split second to kick the puck onto his tape and wrap it around the goaltender, like, wow, just...
Big time IQ.
Big time IQ. Because Lecky's not the most physically talented guy. That's not who he is. But playing the game from the neck up in a way that was just like hockey acumen brilliance. Like, I just love to see it. And then LOC, who missed most of the season.
This is his 14th game.
Come on.
14th game.
0 goals.
0 goals.
Until yesterday.
Gets him a goal in the postseason. Looking dangerous. To be honest with you, he's fast. He's looking physical. He's looking confident. And we need people like this, players like this, like the bottom six to step up. And that's exactly what he did. LOC has to continue to do this at a high level. He's a two-way player as well. So, like, we need his presence there as the games go on.
The Avs went 0 for 4 on the power play. But I got to be honest, man, I thought a lot of the process was good, created some, like, real chances. Now, you got to convert it, right? You're in the postseason, so it's about results, not process. But if they have similar sequences like the ones they had yesterday, it's going to convey. It'll translate and break through.
No, I'm feeling it. I feel like tomorrow the Kings are going to keep it close again. Then Avs are going to have to go on the road. Kings don't play well on the road, and I can see a scenario where the dam breaks and Avs score 5 goals. They just have to stay true to themselves, trust this process. Wedgwood needs to continue to see the puck well and play with confidence, and things are gonna fall how they do, and Avs may end up sweeping them.
Man, I'll be honest, man. I was dead wrong about Game 1. I can't emphasize it any more than that. I was just dead wrong. I did not think that the Kings, who are arguably the worst team within the Stanley Cup playoffs, 22 wins in regulation this year, a postseason team. 22 regulation wins. That is almost impossible. That was, I think, third most in the entire league. The whole league, not teams in the playoffs. 22 regulation wins was third in the league, and it's just like, how, or third fewest. I said third most, the opposite, third fewest. And it's like, how could this team be hanging with this juggernaut Avs team?
Slow it down. Right, that's exactly what they're doing. Slow the tempo down, and be physical, be over aggressive, and that's exactly what has happened. And has helped them out. Now that's going to wear down as time goes on, and the Avs are actually being a lot more physical than I thought they were going to be at the start of this.
Sure.
So things are going to play out well. Z, do you have any concern with the power play after watching it yesterday?
Yes, there's a level of concern just because even though it got so much better after the Olympic break, this is a sample size of an entire season and struggles on the power play that go back to last year.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, I'd be being just disingenuous if I said there was no concern. Now, I'm not freaking out really about anything in this first round. I think the Avs are going to be just fine in this first round. But as you get into the second round and whoever comes out of that Dallas-Minnesota series, like, that's going to be a real fist fight. And so special teams is oftentimes the equalizer in a lot of sports, and hockey's no different. So, yeah, I mean, I'll say it's something that I'm focused on, not necessarily that I'm like deeply concerned about.
And I'm the same as you, right? I want to see the Avs, Nathan McKinnon, Netches, I want them to be more aggressive. Right? Too passive. They were way too passive trying to find this perfect shot again like they were doing before. It's like, just try to get shots on goal. Try to get these high danger chances. All right, force Forsberg to have to make these saves, and at some point it will break through for you. You get the puck in the back of the net. So I want them to be overly aggressive when they have a chance. And hopefully they do it tomorrow.
Here is Jared Bednar talking about beating the LA Kings at their own game.
I'm really happy with the way we played too. I think that's the kind of game you can expect. Playing the Kings, it's a tight checking team. What they play 50-something one-goal games and low-scoring games. I'm comfortable with that. I think our team's comfortable with that.
Well, they say styles make fights, right? The Avs can switch up styles. I mean, they really can go from righty to southpaw. And how do you want it? We can play that game too. Now, if you would have told me before the game that the Kings would have had more scoring chances and more high danger chances, probably wouldn't have put as much money on the Avs minus 1.5, just to keep it real. But at the same time, I don't mind. Look, I wanted to see 7-2, like the game one against Nashville in 2022. And being there for that and how exciting that was. That being said, that aside, it's okay to go through a test, to go through a scare, come out the other side of it saying, well, we can do that too. And Scott Wedgwood was a big part of how they were able to just stay even with the Kings for most of that game. And he allows just the one goal, and it came 6-on-4 down the backstretch of the contest where he didn't see the puck. Wedgwood is the best story right now with the Colorado Avalanche. Scott Wedgwood.
He's the man, Z. And Scott Wedgwood has earned the right to be in between the pipes, not just for the first playoff game this year, but for the remainder of the playoff games until he shows us he can't do it. And I think that there's a lot of confidence in him. The team obviously has confidence in him. Betsy has confidence in him, and he's playing at a high level. So why would you pull him now? There's no reason for Bednar to go back and forth with Scott Wedgwood and Blackwood. Like, just keep a goalie in between the pipes, and it needs to be Wedgie.
So tomorrow night it's Wedgie again?
Oh, it's Wedgie. It's Wedgie until the wheels fall off.
That's how I see it. I just don't know if that's how Jared Bednar sees it. So we'll continue this conversation.
Get them damn eyes checked then.
Well, we'll see.
Come on.
We'll see.
Come on, Jared Bednar.
We'll see. We'll continue this conversation tomorrow, and we'll find out for sure during our show, I would imagine. All right, this is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive, powered by Regen RX. Woo! Man, oh man, busy weekend. Felt like I spent my entire weekend at Ball Arena, Phil. It's a fun time of year. It's a busy time of year.
Well, get used to it, baby. You're going back tonight. Congratulations.
I am.
You won. You get to go again.
Not going to lie, not my favorite start time. Not my favorite start time.
Man.
It's going to be a late one. There's no doubt. But I said this before, not to get weird or morbid, but there will come a time where the Avs and the Nuggets aren't hosting games back-to-back days at Ball Arena. The life cycle of sports will continue, and Jokic will retire, and McKinnon will retire, and there will be a time. And
but they look like they're drinking from the fountain of youth. I don't know how long they're going to be playing, but they take care of their bodies well. In the way that both of them play, they're going to play for a very long time. So who knows how long the windows all right, for both teams are going to be open because of those two.
No, that's a really good point, because you have both teams in championship windows, and both teams' best player are in their 30s. And so, look, it's the natural order of things, but that day that will come, it's not today. And we hope it's not tomorrow. And Game 2 tonight at Ball Arena is massively important, because your job is to protect home court. Your job, the burden is on you to go up 2-0. And any piece of equity that you built up on Saturday, you will give it right back, I promise, in multiple ways if you can't protect home court tonight and Minnesota goes back to Minneapolis tied 1-1.
So you're saying that this is the most important game?
Well,
going to game 2. Not just because it's the next game on the schedule, but like you have a chance to go up 2-0.
Minnesota's job is to take one. Them coming in here in 2024 and stealing both is so rare, especially as a lower seed. Like, you just can't let that happen. You cannot let that happen. And so tonight, like, the sense of urgency to start the game needs to be on point to a degree it was not on Saturday. Phil, that was as close to a worst-case scenario start as you're going to find.
Well, so we had this conversation going into the crosstalk with Cease, and Cecil said that pretty much that the Minnesota Timberwolves have thrown the best punch that they have. Do you believe that to be true? Do you believe that that what you saw from the Minnesota Timberwolves on Saturday is what you're going to get throughout this series?
Man, I can't co-sign that one. And I understand what Cecil was trying to say, that, like, what if Anthony Edwards is not capable of throwing his best punch? And there's merit to that. Because I got to be honest with you, there's a lot of different storylines that came out of game 1.
Yeah.
Okay? And Jamal Murray, and we're going to talk about Christian and Cam, and
Brown.
Jokic, Bruce Brown coming off the bench. And there's several layers. But to me, my biggest takeaway from game number 1 is not a basketball-specific takeaway. It's that Anthony Edwards is not healthy. And we knew there was a chance of this happening. He missed 11 of the last 13 games of the year. And in doing so, got eliminated from any award conversation, All-NBA team.
Like, you know those players love those awards. You know they're serious about them. They're not going to miss games if they don't have to.
Of course.
So it shows you how serious it was.
And I didn't know. So I left my house super early on Saturday. I'm talking like, it was like 10:20 or something. And I got to Ball Arena just after 11 o'clock.
So you're that kid that's just so excited you have to be there extra early.
And typically, like, and you know
like
me by
son.
this point. No, well, you know, like, typically I'm like right on time.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah,
right on time.
You're right on time.
I'm not a super early guy. But in game 1 of the postseason on a Saturday, and because it was a matinee, I had the ability to. And so I get there at, like, I don't know what time it was, like 11:15 or something. I'm in the gym. And
first person in.
I actually was. It was myself and Romy Bean. And Anthony Edwards is already working out in a way that is unusual. It was so early. Now, Ant-Man is among the first guys who does work out, having
first
been
wave.
Yep, first wave. But, like, there was no other wave. Like, as in the other end of the court is empty. No one's warming up that early. And I'm watching him closely and doing some videos for Instagram or whatever, and I'm like, this dude is not moving right. He's just not. Everything's very ginger.
Yeah.
And then you get into the game, and Anthony Edwards, guys, this guy is a superb and supreme athlete. Like, he might be the best athlete in the NBA. This is what draws the Jordan comparisons. This is why he was the number 1 pick.
You usually feel his explosiveness.
Yes.
Like it's right there. Like, you know that he's gonna do something special because he just has it. Right? When he's healthy, he's jumping out of this gym, jumping out of this world.
Correct. And name me one time Anthony Edwards got to the basket, and he's a 2-foot jumper. Okay, so his best stuff always comes off 2 feet. Not one time did he try to explode and get vertical.
No.
Not once. He was actually slithering to the basket on mostly straight line drives. And I'm emphasizing that because Anthony Edwards is as herky-jerky as anyone in the NBA.
Oh, yes.
And you didn't see that. And so they were straight line drives, and instead of building up off 2 feet and exploding vertically the same way that someone like Aaron Gordon prefers, he was slithering there and trying to quick finish, left-handed layups, trying to beat, the defender just to the backboard. And I'm like, oh, man. And you brought this up. It was a great point, and I'll just piggyback off it. He comes out of the second half after sitting.
Yeah.
And after taking a break, man, it looked even worse. And so whatever he was, 7 for 22 or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was something like that.
It's not the same Anthony Edwards. Now, maybe that'll change, but for what I saw on Saturday afternoon, it does not look like a guy that can take over a game and go for 45 points the way that he regularly
Well, I'll
can.
tell you, I don't know how that's going to change so quick because you would think he's had that rest, all right, building up into the first game. After that, his knee's going to be hurting throughout this series because you're not getting that much time to rest the knee, to rest your body. So I don't know what that's going to look like for that man tonight. Well, I will say this, when I was watching it on TV, I don't know how he looked in person because I'm just not as good as you. I don't have the big name to get out there and watch a person warm up. But from the TV, Z, he was wincing. He was like taking deep breaths.
Yeah.
Like you can tell he was thinking about it. And we all have been there if you're an athlete. Z, I know you're an athlete. Like if you're not healthy and you're not right, you're always thinking about it. I'm playing the Buffalo Bills. I messed up my groin and I still played. But I wasn't the same version of myself. And actually, I probably should have stopped and told him I couldn't do it. But I didn't do that because I'm young and dumb. And throughout the process, even throughout a play being called, and I know I'm getting ready to get the ball, I'm thinking in my head, will my groin hold up? I'm not thinking about the ball or where I'm going. I'm thinking about my body.
Right.
And so I was just not the same version of myself, and now I'm hurting my team. And that's what it looks like with Ant-Man in that second half. It looked like he couldn't help his team out. He was just there. All right, defensively, he was a shell of himself. He couldn't get it going offensively because he can't get to the rim or finish at the rim like he wants to, and his shot wasn't falling. So it was just, bad for Ant-Man right now.
And what's the ripple effect here? He's not the same level of scorer that they require him to be, but he's also not the same level of defender. And so what does that mean? It's Jamal Murray having more opportunities. Now, Jamal Murray goes for 30 points. I thought he was very good, but there's a whole nother level. Like Jamal Murray did not, by the way, Ant-Man was 7 for 19. 7 for 22 is what I'm actually thinking with Jamal. Jamal was 7 for 22. So Jamal Murray going for 30 points, missed 2 out of every 3 shots that he took. 0 for 8 from 3. That was actually a 40 piece that never just crystallized, never came into focus. If he has his normal night from 3, I mean,
He goes for 40 points.
Yeah, he goes for 40.
40 points.
And he's the biggest story of the NBA's weekend. Instead, he goes for 30, more than half of those coming from the free throw line. But you have to give him credit for that, too, because you have a defense in Minnesota that wants to get up in your face and get aggressive and play physical and muscle you around, crawl in your shorts. Well, the reaction and response from that, the appropriate one, is not to move backwards and take 13 threes and retreat. It's to go downhill and punish that aggressive defense with
into the paint.
Aggressive offense. And he got fouled time after time. Now, 4 of his free throws were because of technicals.
And he says that.
He does.
He goes
does.
to the press conference. He explains that that's half the reason why he got the 16 free throws, 16 for 16. It's because of what the Minnesota Timberwolves did.
Yep.
They played undisciplined football or basketball.
Yeah. No, so you have to give Jamal Murray credit for his willingness to embrace the challenge of a matchup that he has struggled mightily in the past. So kudos to Jamal. I love what I saw from an approach standpoint. Now, if you mix in the results with the right process and he just has it going, because no one really had it going from 3 for Denver. But Phil, not to rant here,
this is what we're supposed to do. You're supposed to rant.
Dude, they shot 28% from 3
Man.
and won by double figures. They had 9 turnovers in the first half. 13 points were slapped up on the scoreboard just from live ball turnovers, layups, dunks. So, you didn't play it's sort of like the Avs. You didn't play your best hockey and you won. You didn't play your best basketball if you're the Nuggets and you won and covered. You won by double figures.
So then what? If you don't think that the Minnesota Timberwolves have showed you everything that they have, then what are they going to throw out there tonight against the Nuggets that are, 1, healthier, all right, 2, they shot 28% from the 3. That's not going to happen again. We know Cam Johnson at some point is going to catch fire. Jamal Murray's going to have some of those go in. That's a guarantee. Jokic is going to have some of his go in. So what would the Timberwolves do in this game to change the momentum?
I would say the same stuff that we're saying about Denver. Julius Randle went 0 of 3 from 3. Jaden McDaniels went 0 of 4 from 3. You could see, Bones Highland played 5 minutes, scored 0 points. At some point, he'll catch traction and be a spark plug. So maybe Anthony Edwards says, I don't have it physically, and goes out and makes 9 threes instead of attacking the basket. I don't want to get caught up in overreacting to one game. And we have a tendency as sports fans, whether you're talking about the first game of the season or the first game of a playoff series, to make the result of that game all-encompassing. This has been a really tough matchup. I think this is going to continue to be a pretty tough series, all things considered. Do I think Denver's better? I do. Do I think they have the best player in the series? Yes. The best Robin, quote-unquote Robin, who's kind of acting like Batman right now and this season? Yeah. The better depth? Yes. But you still got to go out and do it. So I just don't want to get over my skis, overconfident, and just assuming that it's the birthright for the Denver Nuggets.
It's no birthright, but what I look at is Jokic did not start fast in this game.
He didn't.
And yet Jokic was still able to get to a triple-double and make some big-time shots when it mattered the most.
Yeah.
What happens when Jokic decides, hey, I want to be uber aggressive. I want to get these shots in, and it's not just Jamal Murray now. It's Jokic, and now they're feeding off of each other. On top of that, if they shoot not 28%, but let's just say they shoot 33, 34%, what does that look like? So this is why I think why so many fans and so many people out there are like, the T-Wolves don't have anything. This is what they have. They don't have enough. They're not deep enough. They're not healthy enough. Yes, they're going to play some good defense, but they can't hang with the Nuggets when it comes to scoring because why? The Nuggets are number 1 in scoring. And they got some of their guys off the bench that can come in and score. We didn't even see Julian Strauthard.
No.
But if you need to put him in there to kind of ignite it from the 3, he can do that for you if you want him to. Now, I know you're probably not going to bank on that. You're going to hope that Tim Hardaway Jr. comes up big for you. But we're just so deep, Z, that it won't matter what the T-Wolves throw at you.
Well, you're probably right. I just don't want to get caught in an assumption. So we'll see. Let's see how it plays out.
Well, they're going to play at 8:30, so we're fixing to find out.
Yes, we are. And Jokic, you're right. Did Jokic play well in the second half of the game? He did. But we know what a full Jokic game looks like.
Come on.
That's not what that is. 25 points. I mean, again, for someone like Aaron Gordon, Cam Johnson, even Jamal Murray, who averaged 25 this year, Christian Brown, but if you're Jokic and you took one free throw, there's another gear. We all know this because Jokic playing great. Jokic is 38, 17, and 12, not 25, 13, and 11, and with 5 turnovers. It's the turnovers. He had 3 in the first quarter. And so he's got to button that up. I mean, they were the simple things. They were having a hard, dribble handoffs. They were having a hard time executing.
Just sloppy, man.
Dribble handoffs. It's the first quarter, the first game of the first round. It's like, what is happening here? So he'll clean that stuff up. I'm confident he will. And then also, Jokic said last week he likes playing every other night in a rhythm. And while some of the guys admitted saying, the time off was good for our bodies, it would not shock me at all if we see not shock me. It's the expectation. We see a much, much sharper Nikola Jokic starting this evening.
Well, then Rudy Gobert better pray. He better pray because you know what, Z? He had a good game.
He did. Rudy played well.
I would say he had a great game. Defensively, he was able to get some buckets offensively, and yet that man still looked defeated at the end of the game. I still cannot stop Jokic. And I know it's damn near Jokic is unstoppable. You try to contain him, that's all you can do. But now for Jokic, he's processing all this, and it's what are they going to throw at him next? What are the Minnesota Timberwolves going to do to try to slow Jokic down once he gets going? Is the game plan now to let Jokic score all the points and stop Jamal Murray? Is the game plan to stop Jamal Murray, let Jokic get all the points, and sag off on CB so CB has more opportunities? These are questions that we're getting ready to have answers to as we watch these games, but they're going to have to do something to stop Jokic if Jokic has the mindset of I want to be aggressive and I want to score points.
All right, we'll see what we're in store in that Jokic-Murray department this evening. I want to show Cam Johnson some love. So Cam Johnson, you look at the box score, he goes for 12 points on 5 of 12 shooting, made a couple threes. They felt timely when he made them, but I always say this, the court is cut in half. It's not 75% offense, it's 50-50. One half is for offense, one half is for defense. And Cam Johnson's defense, and I've been emphasizing this throughout the year, all right, as people have wanted to bench Cam Johnson and got frustrated. I understand.
I was frustrated.
I know you were.
Bench his ass.
And Cam Johnson, because people make the Michael Porter Jr. comparison.
Yeah.
Cam Johnson and Michael Porter Jr. don't live in the same galaxy as defenders. Cam Johnson, from the point of attack defense, the help defense as a team defender, he played really, really well on Saturday. And so let's keep our eye on that, right? I know we're watching the ball, whether it goes in or whether it doesn't.
Well, that's what I'm doing. 12 points. I mean, I want him to score at least 15. So you knock another 3 down, I'll be happy.
Yeah, and he will. He'll have bigger games offensively.
Maybe a rebound. He had 0 rebounds. My man wasn't as involved as I would love him to be.
But think about this. Minnesota scored 105 points. You're going to sweep Minnesota if they score 105 points. You're going to sweep them because there's going to be games where Denver, instead of scoring 116, they're scoring 128. 133. Like, those games are coming. So, like, holding Minnesota to 105 is really impressive. It is. And Cam Johnson was a big part of that. Aaron Gordon is such a big part of that. You can't minimize his presence, getting to the free throw line. 17 points, 50% from the field.
Rebounds.
Yep. He didn't make his threes. He made one of them, and the building popped. But yeah, he'll figure it out from 3. But his value as a defender and just the toughness box that gets checked when Aaron Gordon is available. I don't know if there's one non-superstar that changes a playoff team as much as Aaron Gordon changes the Denver Nuggets when he's available. So you look for that to evolve as well. And he's got to stay healthy. It goes without saying as you start playing these every other night, setups.
Yeah, he was already on the floor a couple times.
He was.
Winston a little bit.
Was.
So, this is a physical game. And we know we need AG. My question also is, you had JV that got 8 minutes. How'd you feel about that, right? You said that he was going to play like this type of game, the physicality kind of fits JV where he doesn't have to kind of close out on a 3-point shot. Everything's kind of inside the paint. Do you see him getting the same amount of minutes tonight?
I think it'll be similar.
Just to give Jokic a break?
It was the exact setup that I thought because Chris Finch loves putting Rudy Gobert back out there when Jokic goes to the bench. And so I thought this series was an opportunity for him to play. He's not going to play in every playoff round. He's just not. But in this series, because of that dynamic, he can try to neutralize. And although he didn't do anything like really of note, they won the non-Jokic minutes. And he's a part of that. They won the non-Jokic minutes for the game. So if that dynamic continues, that you're even or plus in the non-Jokic minutes, this series is not going to be very long, Phil. It's not. It's not.
So shout out JV.
Shout out JV.
0 points. All right. 3 rebounds, 1 turnover. You got to do it again.
You just can't bleed out in those non-Jokic minutes, and I don't think they will. That's not the dynamic that exists here anymore. I know we gave Bruce Brown a dedicated segment, but earlier in the show, but what a spark plug he was off the bench. Guys, to cram in 8 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and 5 steals in 21 minutes, he's the 10th player ever in the history of this team to have 5 steals in a postseason. It's the first time in franchise history someone has 5 steals in a playoff game and didn't play half of the minutes. He played 21 minutes. So he was awesome. Just awesome.
That spark plug you need.
No doubt.
Ignite. Get everybody going. Get the energy going. Get the fans going. And that's exactly what Brucey B did.
He definitely gets the fans going. That's for sure. I will say, not to get like negative or.
Well, then we was on the road. What's wrong?
I know.
You got a flat tire. What happened?
There is a dynamic down there at Ball Arena that I'm not in love with and didn't love what I see and didn't love what I heard. And I'll get to it coming up next.
Avs playoffs. Nuggets playoffs. It's beautiful. It's brutal. The ups, the downs. We're here to help you through it because we get it. We're just like you. You're going to yell at your TV. You're going to text your group chat in all caps. You're going to have opinions. Well, guess what? So do we. Lots of them. We're here to tell you the truth. We'll talk. We're saying what everyone's thinking out loud. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver's playoff headquarters.
Breaking news for your home. Wayday. Wayfair's big sale is almost here, and you can score the best deals in home. Like up to 80% off everything home. Yes, you heard that right. 80% off with free shipping on everything. Plus surprise flash deals all Wayday long. We're talking outdoor furniture and essentials, rugs, and more. All at Wayfair, and all up to 80% off during Wayday. Shop Wayfair's Wayday from April 25th through 27th.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Now is the best time to buy. Get ahead of the competition and get the deal you want on the home you really want. Maximize your savings with lowest rate for life, and if the market does improve, we can save you money without any additional lender fees or appraisal fees. We're here for you today and tomorrow and celebrating 30 years of helping homeowners with expanded approvals, low rates, credit improvements, and more. Call U.S. Mortgages at 303-LOW-RATE.
All loans subject to approval and change. License number 392126.
Have you lost your energy, not feeling in the bedroom anymore? It could be your testosterone. Yes, even if you're a woman, testosterone controls energy, confidence, and sex drive too for both men and women. Want to find out if your testosterone is unbalanced? Find out for free. Starting April 1st, Synergenics and Low T Center are offering free testosterone testing for both men and women. Stop by or book an appointment at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com.
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's drywall cracks, exterior cracks, or sticking doors or windows, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation. Schedule a free inspection with Groundworks, the foundation and waterproofing experts.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
At AutoNation, we make it easy for you to go. Right now, get 0% financing on your favorite new vehicles. You'll save thousands of dollars in interest alone. Plus, shop a wide selection of fuel-efficient vehicles available now at AutoNation. Hurry! Drive the car you want today with 0% financing. Go to your nearest AutoNation now. Less stress, more go. Visit AutoNation.com for eligible vehicles. 0 APR for a limited term with approved credit. Cannot be combined with other offers. Expires end of month.
Cecil Lammy here for Window Nation. Spring is a great time to open your windows and wait a second, what? Windows won't open? They leak? They're cracked? They need repainting? Again? Getting top quality custom fit windows from Window Nation is easy and affordable. During the More You Buy, the More You Save sale, you could save up to 50% off. Plus, you could get them with 0 interest for 5 years. During uncertain times, one of the best investments you can make is in your home. So visit windownation.com now to book a consultation.
Whoa. Okay, this one says you get a free phone if you switch. Hey, this one also says you get a free phone if you switch.
Yeah, they all do, hon.
Wait. The T-Mobile one says families saved over $3,700 versus the other big guys in the past 5 years. And their experience plans have Netflix included, plus a year of Dash Pass by DoorDash.
Hang on, let me see that. And a 5-year price guarantee? Oh yeah, we're switching.
That's what I'm talking about. Do we clap now, or?
I'm thinking high five.
At T-Mobile, get savings that keep stacking up. That's value you can feel every day. Switch now at T-Mobile.
Savings based on Harris X billing snapshots from Q3 2021 to Q4 2025 among accounts with 3+ voice lines compared to AT&T and Verizon, excluding discounts, credits, and optional charges. See harrisx.com/T-Mobile. Price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com.
Hey guys, it's Mark Schlereth. I just made one of the best decisions of my life. I got rid of my glasses. I went to Cutarelli Vision and had refractive lens exchange, RLE. I wore glasses for distance vision, but I got to that inevitable point in life where I was always needing those reading glasses just to do about anything, and half the time I couldn't find them. Seeing menus, texting, reading my computer, or studying film, it was a struggle. But now I see the world perfectly near and far without any glasses thanks to Cutarelli Vision RLE, the perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You'll never develop a cataract. Dr. Cudarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. You can trust him to know if it's the right time for you and RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consultation at coloradorle.com. Cudarelli Vision, RLE, no readers, glasses, or contacts, or cataracts. coloradorle.com.
Max HELOC is a game changer and can lower your bill significantly without affecting your current loan. How much savings depends on your unique situation, but you could borrow $250,000 with a payment option as low as $495 a month. Consolidate your debts and make life a lot easier. We make it easy to save, and you don't need perfect credit either. U.S. Mortgages, and our number says it all, 303 low rate.
All loans subject to approval and change. License number 392126.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN Denver 1600, playoff basketball action continues as Atlanta faces New York.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Denver Sports 104.3.
Keys to victory.
Time to go hunt some wolves.
That's right. That's right.
Go neuter them.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Should be another fun evening at Ball Arena. So I have to share this. So I'm there early. I'm watching these guys warm up. And there's one guy that I can't shake the image from my head in what I saw physically. So stiff, Phil. Peyton Watson.
P-Watt.
Watching Peyton Watson go through his pregame routine was kind of discouraging if I'm just being real.
Was it just the movement part? Was it his shooting ability, or just all of it?
It was just he was just super stiff. Like there was no meaningful movement. And it's basically like almost like you can think of it like in slow-mo. Now, I'm sure he's purposefully not pushing it. He's not playing that night, and I get all that. But he's going through the routine. It just doesn't look like a guy who's going to be playing anytime soon. It just doesn't. And I mentioned last week that I spoke with someone who was like, yeah, he's not going to play in game 1, but maybe don't expect him in game 2. And my eyes tell me just to flat not expect him in the first round of the postseason.
And that's kind of what it's looking like, especially what you just got done saying here. But do you think that we're going to see him at least in round 2? Like that's, I guess, we can beat the Wolves without Peyton Watson. But then you start to look at, all right, you have to go through the Spurs. I believe the Spurs are getting ready to sweep who they're playing. All right, you beat the Spurs, you got the Thunder. I believe right now the Thunder are sitting pretty and they're going to sweep the guys that they're playing. So they're going to be fresh. So we're going to need people, athletic players like Peyton Watson that's ready to go, Z. So do you expect if he doesn't play, P. Watt we're talking about in the first round, that we'll see him in round 2?
I am definitely not reporting this, and I typically don't do that kind of work anyway.
That's stressful stuff, man.
It certainly can be.
I'm good off that.
It definitely can be. What I will say, I'm speaking for myself.
Okay.
I am just speaking for myself.
So what you're seeing out
there? Seeing and maybe hearing a little bit. And let me make sure I'm choosing my words quickly, because I was not told at all that Peyton Watson won't be available for the postseason. I was not told that. What I did hear in having a conversation with someone within the organization is that, look, Peyton Watson, and some of this is just I am not trying to frame this as like P. Watt, bad guy, or anything like this. But P-Watt is sitting on a $100 million contract.
Take that money.
Peyton Watson, we know, switched agencies to Clutch Sports.
He did.
Clutch Sports, they're known for not just pulling strings, but yanking on them. And from what I understand, the people that are closest to P-Watt, his quote-unquote team that is surrounding him, their number one interest is not a Denver Nuggets postseason run. It's just not. And so, again, if you were in this position, if I were in this position, and I've pulled a soft tissue 3 times in a 3 or 4 month period, and I'm sitting on generational wealth.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me twice. I'm not going to play.
It might not be your number one focus to get back for the Denver Nuggets.
The number one focus is to get healthy so that you can get that contract, because if you get hurt again, and let's just say P-Watt pulls his hamstring for a 4th time, well, people are going to use that against you, right? Teams are going to use that against you and say, like, you're not healthy. They're going to go to the MRI machine and show you, like, look, like, this could happen to you, and if it continues to happen to you and you're on the bench and you're not on the court and we're paying you over $100 million, well, that's bad for us. That's a bad investment.
Yes.
So you have to take care of yourself if you're a player, if you're P-Watt. So what you're all I asked Z was, do you expect him maybe to play in round 2?
I'm not expecting him. I'm personally, my expectations for Peyton Watson, it's at my ankles. I am not expecting to see Peyton Watson play in the postseason. Now, hopefully I'm dead wrong about that. Because just in addition to what my eyes are telling me and some of the stuff that I'm hearing is like, and we talked about this last week, you are going to potentially try to reintegrate a player who's been out for weeks and jump on a moving train that's going 150 miles per hour where you do not have time to experiment, like from a reincorporating standpoint. It's just because we talked about this last week when P-Watt came back. Initially, it was like, oh, it looks like he's back. And then it was like, oh, wait, no, this is going to be a process. He doesn't look right. He's disjointed. There's no rhythm. He's struggling. And so you risk that in the postseason. And when there's no margin for error, and I'm certainly not expecting to see him in the first round, so you'd be doing that in the Spurs series? I just really have my doubts, okay? And I'm sharing this because I'm almost getting out in front of it for me from an expectation standpoint.
Yourself that,
correct.
Hey, we may be without P-Watt.
Correct.
Right? A guy that's athletic, one of the better on-ball defenders. He can give you those points. He creates his own shot, and you're going to need him in the second and third rounds and to get to the championship. So it does suck, but also if that is the case, Z, and you got over $100 million waiting for you if you're healthy, I do understand as a player, you got to take care of yourself because nobody else is going to take care of you and help you out, and nobody else cares. As fans, all we care about is if the Denver Nuggets are that logo, if they win, not a player. It sucks, but it's true.
It does, and it's just a lot of it is just like natural circumstance.
That's it.
It's circumstance here, and because don't forget, he pulled it. He was out for a while, but was not supposed to be out for as long as he was. The reason he was out for as long as he was is he had a setback. So this dude was out for a month and a half. He comes back. Now the report was it stiffened up on him.
There was tightness.
Phil, he pulled it. That's what I was told. He pulled it again. And so
which makes sense.
It does make sense. It does make sense. He didn't do anything wrong. Obviously, you don't. This is like, no one's doing anything wrong here. I don't want this thing to be framed that way. It's a natural set of circumstances that I personally am not expecting to see Peyton Watson for the rest of the season. And if we see him, what a sight for sore eyes. What great news. I'm just saying for me personally.
You're just getting ahead of it. You're preparing yourself. But you know what? David Adelman and all of them, they have to prepare themselves as well. P-Watt's not in. Who do you go to? All right, someone like Spencer Jones, who's out there right now. Maybe he gets more minutes the more he shows David Adelman that he can play really good defense and get a couple points for him. So, they're going to have to adjust, especially when you don't have Peyton Watson, who's more athletic and can play the defensive side of the court for you.
Man, all right. So, keys to victory here.
I got my keys right here, baby.
What do you got? What do you got, Phil? What are your keys for victory? What comes to mind when you think of executing a Game 2 win?
Yeah, first of all, you're going to have to match the intensity. You're going to have to match the intensity because you're going to play a Wolves team that's backs against the wall. And they know that they're going to try to throw the first punch again. So now you have to start fast. Mr. Jokic, I'm talking to you. It's your time to shine. All right, don't just ease into this game. If you have a chance to take over this game early, do that. Do not put your team in a situation where you have to fight back and weather a storm. All right, another key for me is you got to contain Ant-Man if Ant-Man is ready to play. Now, I don't know how Ant-Man's feeling today. I'm not in that man's body. He did not look like himself last game, and I don't think he's going to look like himself this game. Be physical with Ant-Man. Force him to get and drive to the rim to show you, does he have that pop tonight? So you have to contain that man, because if you take Ant-Man out of this equation, what do the Wolves have? They don't have what they need. They don't have the scorer. They don't have that guy that they can rely on who's going to be consistent. And then number 3 for me is you got to shoot better from the 3. If you shoot better from the 3 tonight, and I'm talking about Jamal Murray, I'm talking about Tim Hardaway Jr. when he gets his chance in the game, I'm talking about Cam Johnson at the top of the key. Like, if you can knock some of these 3 downs early and force the Wolves to take some shots that they don't want to take, you're going to win this game tonight, Z.
I like all those. All of them. In addition to that, and hopefully hopefully you didn't say it and I missed it, but taking better care of the basketball.
I didn't talk about that, man.
Taking better care of the ball.
Yes.
9 turnovers in one half of basketball. You're on pace for 18 turnovers. The Wolves were spotted 13 points in the first half because of the cavalier nature that the Nuggets, and really I'm thinking of Jokic first and foremost. He has got to do a better job of taking care of the ball, especially early in the game. So set that tone, but I like it. The intensity at the outset in a way that was lacking in Game 1, better shot making. I like that one as well. Take care of the ball. I would add that there. Okay. If you guys want to give us your keys to victory that we didn't name, you can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. Predictions heading into a massive Game 2 are coming up next.
It was playoff hockey at its finest. Tight, fast, and unforgiving. The Colorado Avalanche strike first, locking down Game 1 with a gritty 2-1 victory over the Kings. Big saves, timely goals, and a statement made early in this series. The Avs defend home ice and take the lead. But this battle is just getting started. Buckle up, Denver. Avalanche hockey is back, and the tone has been set. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver's playoff headquarters.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
If you love distinctive, unique designer jewelry that doesn't look like everybody else, you have to experience Lika Bahar. I'm Bruce Williams.
And I'm Michelle Williams, inviting you to the Lika Bahar Trunk Show, Friday and Saturday, April 24th and 25th at Williams Jewelers in Cherry Creek North.
Designer Lika Bahar will be here in person to share with you all her latest creations direct from our Manhattan design studios.
Lika Bahar's pieces are crafted by hand using age-old jewelry making techniques from ancient Greek and Byzantine times. You're going to love it.
Come discover Lika Bahar's burnished sterling and 24-karat gold collection. It's wearable art that starts at just $450.
The Lika Bahar Trunk Show, Friday and Saturday, April 24th and 25th at Williams Jewelers.
For yourself or the one you love, we'll see you there.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
The official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, advanced medical science to improve men's lives.
The cost of living isn't just high, it's exhausting. If you've been leaning on credit cards lately just to cover the basics like groceries, gas, and utility bills, you're essentially paying a survival tax of 20% interest or more. Why keep handing your hard-earned paycheck to the big banks when you could keep it for your family? My friends at American Financing, they have a better way. They're helping homeowners tap into their equity to pay off high-interest debt with mortgage rates currently in the 5s. On average, American Financing is saving their customers $800 a month. That's nearly $10,000 a year back in your pocket. It's not just a loan. It's a total financial reset. It takes just 10 minutes to find out what you could save. There are no upfront fees and no obligation to talk to a salary-based mortgage consultant. Here's the kicker. Start today and you could even delay 2 mortgage payments. American Financing, America's home for home loans. Call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. APR for rates in the 5 start at 6.327% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
Listen up, Denver. This hour's keyword is Swish. SWISH. Text SWISH to 303-713-1043 right now, and you could win a $50 Dick's Sporting Goods gift card and qualify for the $1,000 grand prize. That's Swish to 303-713-1043.
By texting, you agree to receive an automated marketing message from Denver Sports 1043 The Fan. Message and data rates may apply. For complete rules or to enter the keyword online, visit www.denversports.com/keyword.
Denver Sports 1043 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, final segment here on a Monday. Appreciate you guys rocking with. We were just kind of previewing the Nuggets Timberwolves game 2 tonight at Ball Arena. I want to talk about some predictions heading into a really big game, man. Really big game. And when you win that first one, it creates a false sense of comfortability.
Ooh, I like that.
It does. And if you drop this one tonight, for any reason, all the equity or whatever equity that was built up on Saturday, you give right back, and it's mission accomplished for the Timberwolves as they go home after having stolen home court. And so you have to come out with the requisite energy and intensity. I know you talked about that in your keys. It's just that box has to get checked.
From the start.
Has to. Let's talk about some predictions. Jamal Murray
Mr. Murray, step up.
Does he build on his 30-point game one, or do you think there's some regression?
I think there's going to be a little bit of regression just because he did get to the free throw line a lot. 16 of 16 from the free throw line. I don't see that happening in this game. I think the referees are going to swallow their whistle. Jamal's still going to have 25 points. 25 points. It's not going to be that 30-point game, but he will hit a couple threes tonight. That's my take.
All right, I'm going to give you my take here in just about, call it 15 seconds. Guys, join us on this Thursday, all right, at 2 p.m. for our draft party live from Sportsbook Bar and Grill in Parker, brought to you by Carrier, Colorado. It all starts with us, The Drive, at 2 p.m., followed by a special roundtable with Mark Schlereth, Brandon Stokely, and Phillip Lindsay at 4 p.m. And then at 6, Cecil Lammy, John Davis, and our NFL insider James Palmer will take you through every pick of the first round. That's this Thursday, April 23rd, at Sportsbook Bar and Grill in Parker. I think for Jamal's night, you're not going to see 16 free throws. I don't believe that. And we have to remember 1/4 of those free throws came on technical fouls.
Yeah.
So I don't think that you're going to see that in the same way. He's going to get to the line, but it'll probably be maybe 8 or 9 free throws instead of 16. But turning another type of coin over, I also don't expect him to go 0 for 8 from 3. I think Jamal Murray's going to make 3, 4, maybe even 5 threes this evening. So I think it's a similar output, not quite the same. I'll have Jamal going for.
I had 25.
You want to know what? I don't see someone out there that can guard him right now. It's not a hobbled Ant-Man. All right. It's not. There's no Nickeil Alexander-Walker. All right. I'll have Jamal Murray raising the bar from 3. I'll have him going for 33.
Okay.
33 points. But I will not have that as the leading scorer. I think you see Nikola Jokic explode tonight.
What's the explode for Jokic tonight, though? What does that look like?
38, 16, and 7.
Oh, so he's not going to get the triple-double.
No.
What?
I think he's a bit more of a scorer this evening. That's a hunch, all right? We'll see if that bears fruit. What kind of game are we going to get from Cam Johnson?
Mr. Cam Johnson, he had 12 points. It's going to be a little bit more aggressive offensively. Z, you talked about Cam Johnson's defense, and he did a great job defensively.
He really did.
Game. I'm not going to have any pushback. I want to see Cam Johnson shoot the three-point ball a little bit better. He was 2 of 7 from the three-point line. I think that he at least gets 3 of them things. I'm going to say 15 points for Cam tonight. He's going to get 15 points.
I'm going to say 17 for Cam Johnson tonight. I do think he shoots it better from 3.
Yep.
2 for 7. One of those misses was ugly.
Yeah, it was.
Complete air ball. He almost had another air ball, too, that nicked the rim.
Almost hit you, huh?
But, I'll have Cam Johnson going for 17 points tonight. Who shines off the bench? Spencer Jones, Jonas Valanciunas, Tim Hardaway Jr., Bruce Brown.
I'm gonna go Brucey B, Z. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it with Bruce Brown, and I think it's because he brings the energy. All right, defensively, he's a little bit better, or he is better than Tim Hardaway Jr. defensively, and that's what we need. Now, Tim Hardaway Jr., he can catch fire at any time, but Bruce Brown does the dirty work. I can see Bruce Brown having 5 points, having 6 rebounds, but 3 steals. I know 5's a lot, so I'm going to go with 3.
5 is a lot.
3 steals, and defensively, he's going to be a pest, all right, to whoever he's guarding.
Man, I love it. Brucey B, man, he is a fan favorite. There's a couple guys. Look, everyone cheers for all the Nuggets, right? And Jokic is our DenverSports king, and we bend the knee, and confess he is our Lord. Everyone loves Jamal and all this stuff. But there's 2 guys that are actually it's really 3 that are just such sentimental favorites. Aaron Gordon,
AG,
number 1.
Can't touch him,
dude. Everyone loves Aaron Gordon. And when he made his 3 in game number 1, I mean, the place just,
erupted.
They pop different for AG. But Christian Brown is another. They love them some Christian Brown. But Bruce Brown is such a sentimental favorite amongst Nuggets Nation. And he was great the other night. Not good, great. Here was David Adelman talking about how Bruce changed the game.
Defensively, just got into people. We needed buckets. He really was the reason why we pushed that lead out. That's why I went back to him in the fourth quarter. Sometimes you can get away with that when you have, AG spacing the floor in the dunker and you have Jamal Nicola working. You can put defensive guys out there, help your defense. And Bruce was great. His activity was great. Towed the line that you need to toe in the playoffs, bottom line. So it was good to see him. Plus the 3 assists. He had a really solid floor game.
He had a really solid game, and he was great. My guy coming off the bench tonight, Tim Hardaway Jr.
Hardaway!
I think it's a big night for THJ, who, since the clock hit zeros on Saturday, is officially nominated the 3 finalists for Sixth Man of the Year. I think his confidence is going to be sky high.
Nuggets win?
I have him making 4 threes off the bench. Nuggets win and put Minnesota in a bit of a vice grip, down 0-2.
All right, let's see, man. For me, Z, and I know we got to leave. We're going. Nuggets lose tonight, man.
Really?
Yeah. Like if you don't see Ant-Man tonight, you're not going to see him. All right, you're not going to see the version that the Wolves need. I think Ant-Man puts everything into this. They find a way to win 117-110.
Wow.
Gets a little interesting.
He turned heel. In the last segment.
I'm a bad boy.
Well, obviously, I know you hope you're wrong.
Yeah, I hope I'm wrong.
Regardless of what happens this evening at Ball Arena, we're going to be back at 2 o'clock talking about it right here on The Drive. We step aside, enjoy the game, everyone. It's Denver Sports Tonight with Mike Rice and Dante Gomez coming up next.
Start the clock. The Denver Broncos traded their first-round pick, but they could surprise us all and trade their way back into day one action. Join us at the Sportsbook Bar and Grill in Parker Thursday, April 23rd for the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan Draft Party, presented by Carrier Colorado. Zach By and Phillip Lindsay will broadcast live starting at 2 p.m. Brandon Stokely and Mark Schlereth join the action at 4. Then John Davis, Cecil Lammey, and NFL insider James Palmer take you through every first-round pick. We'll see you there. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener, like maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV, but if you did, you'd have to listen to some guy parked next to it at a campsite plays acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law would invite himself every weekend.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Help DEA keep our communities safe and healthy by participating in National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, Saturday, April 25th. Take action right in your own home by cleaning out your medicine cabinet of unneeded medications. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent prescription drug misuse before it starts. That's DEATakeback.com.
Stoker from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Through April, when you install a new cold climate heat pump system with my team at ROX, you get a free whole home water filtration system. How about that? Cleaner air, cleaner water. That's a winning combination. Upgrade your home's comfort and take advantage of this huge offer while it lasts, but only from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair, ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
The right financial strategies can make a huge difference, especially if you're nearing retirement. Adam Mueller talks retirement strategies with Mile High Money. Saturday mornings at 8 on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry buys, sells, and services pre-owned Rolex, Cartier, and all luxury Swiss watches. So if you're looking to make a change in your watch collection or just looking to sell, come to Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry.
Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry, located in the Highlands Ranch Town Center or online at MatthewsFineWatches.com.
When you've been hurt after a traumatic car crash, you don't need a sales pitch from an attorney with big promises and a loud voice. You need a team who fights for real results fast. That's why so many across the country choose the Berg Simpson Law Firm. Berg Simpson is nationally recognized, but is local right here in Colorado. So give us a call and let our team fight for the results you deserve today.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives.
Tour. Starring Usher Raymond and Chris Brown. Live in Denver. Uniting two of R&B's defining hitmakers, Chris Brown and Usher Raymond. Two legendary artists, one stage. Empower Field at Mile High, Friday, June 26th. Pre-sale